12th round, so I gave Pestriaev 4 rounds. I still think Whitaker wins it by 3 points. There's no question Pernell should get this decision.
We'll see. Luis Icaris, Pestriaev's trainer, was trying to lift him up in the air in a victory lift, but Pestriaev would have none of it.
I thought the same thing that Harold said. I thought the referee should have stepped in when he got tangled in the ropes. Make the guy back a step, because that's how accidents happen. If the referee doesn't say anything, that guy's job is to try to get Whitaker out, just like it's Whitaker's job to try to get him out. So they're only going to react to the command of the referee. The referee should have stepped in and said stop when he saw Whitaker first tangled up in the ropes. Then everything would have been okay.
Well, let me play devil's advocate, and I'll offer you what I think was going through Santa's mind. I think he believed that Whitaker went into the ropes intentionally, and that he ruled a knockdown because Whitaker was intentionally putting himself between the ropes and wouldn't follow his order to get out.
No, not originally. Not originally. Hey, look, if you're hung up in the ropes and you got a 6-foot monster standing over you, ready to whack you with a right hand or drop a right hand down on you, you know, you're going to stay there until the referee tells the guy step back, like Roy said. And that's what Pete did. He stayed in the ropes. Santa should have yelled step back, and that would have been the end of it.
And now Pestriaev is a monster, huh, Harold?
Well, he's 6 foot tall. I mean, you know, Pete's a little guy.
All righty. Let's go to Michael Buffer and hear the scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the Budweiser scorecards. Glenn Feldman scores the bout 115 to 103. Pardon me, make it 113. Pernell Whitaker. Don O'Neill scores the bout 114 to 113. Tommy Kazmarek scores at 115 to 112. For the winner by unanimous decision, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Icaris brother, Luis Icaris' brother, Michel Icaris, who is so violently angry at the decision and is helping to create the ruckus in the center of the ring. Icaris seems to believe that the scores have been added incorrectly.
Pestriaev.
Promoter Dino Duva, Whitaker's promoter, there helping to straighten out the scoring imbroglio if he can. Along with WBA observer Jimmy Benz, the man in the pinstripe suit there, who's often called Jimmy Pinstripes. Final punch stat numbers, and you'll see Whitaker's numerical dominance in these numbers. Sweet Pea smiling at the entire affair. Whitaker landed 117 more punches, threw 81 more punches, and nearly doubled the connect percentage of the dogged Pestriaev, who just wouldn't go away. And final jabs, and you'll see that Whitaker totally dominated that category, as Pestriaev could land only 12% of the jabs he threw, despite his big height and reach advantage. Let's go to Larry Merchant with Sweet Pea Whitaker.
All right, thank you, Jim. Sweet Pea, a little bit of a ruckus behind you. I guess the Russian-French contingent thought that their man had won the fight. If that had happened again for the second time in a row, I don't know what would have happened, Larry. Well, tell us what happened when the referee gave you a knockdown because you went outside the ropes. What was the point there?
I think it turned into something like I was fighting against both of these guys. First of all, the referee was real rough on me. Plus, you know, once I went out the ropes, he hit me again. And, you know, and I thought, you know, I thought once you're outside the ropes, you're not supposed to get hit.
Well, but maybe that's true, but the referee said if you go outside the ropes, it's a knockdown.
I accepted it. You know, and I accepted it. What I'm supposed to do. I accepted it, and
all right, tell us, was this guy just too big, too awkward, a little bit tough?
None of the above. Oh, very tough opponent. You know, all the opponents. Plus, he was the #1 contender. You know, as you know, I come in with no titles. So, you know, and I still, after being robbed in April, I still came back to fight the best.
The #1 contender.
And I won. And that's what counts. And I'm sure my HBO audience enjoyed it.
Would you tell us,
subscribe?
Pernell, were you satisfied with your performance?
No
and do you think that this is the kind of performance that will make Oscar De La Hoya want to fight you again?
If he's seen, I don't think if he don't want to fight me, if he didn't fight me by now, he won't fight me. So I know that this performance probably scared him to death because I had a great time in there. You know, I had fun, and that's what the name of the game is. Pernell Whitaker is to have fun. I have fun against him. I'm gonna have fun against anyone who steps in the ring with Pernell Whitaker.
Yeah,
first, and then I want to say hi to my boys. All my sons, my 4 sons back at home, before I let that slip past me. I want to say hi to everybody in Virginia, all my family and everybody.
You told us yesterday that you thought that if you fought De La Hoya again, you would have to throw more combinations and you might even have to knock him out to win the fight, given what happened in the last fight.
I would knock him out the next time. I didn't say I had to. I said I would. I don't have to do anything but go in there and win the fight. But since if I get robbed when I'm the champion, regardless, I know I wouldn't get it being a challenge.
Will you, if you don't get the rematch, will you fight the winner of the next fight, Lopez or Corte?
I want all my fans and all the fans across the world to know I'm going to fight one time next year. I don't care who it is, but I'm going to fight one time next year. Like I said, and if it's a spectacular fight, I'll do it again. Depends on what happens. But I'm going to fight one time. I don't care if it's Corte. I don't care if it's
Lopez.
De La Hoya. I don't care if it's Moses. It don't matter.
All right, thank you, Pernell. Jim, what Pernell is saying, he's going to fight one time next year, unless he wins. Back up to you.
All right, Pernell Whitaker's been talking for the past couple of weeks about his 4 boys ranging in age from 2 to 16 and how he wants to devote some time to fathering. He's missed a lot of it in the past and he thinks it ought to be a big part of his future. Maybe it will be because part of the problem for Pernell, Roy, is that's a pretty good Pernell Whitaker performance. That's certainly what he might have envisioned doing in there, short of being able to score a knockout, but it's not the kind of fight that's going to cause sports fans around the country to jump off their seats saying, yeah, I got to see him against De La Hoya again.
No, because boxing fans normally want to see knockouts. They think if you go in against a guy with a reputation that Pestriaev had, which is hasn't facing anybody that